Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Bekah, this is Bekah's Bookshelves, and today's video is going to hopefully be a very quick video for my Summerween TBR. Now, before I start this video, I just wanted to apologise for looking crappier than I usually do. I haven't been well for the past couple of weeks, and so I just feel terrible and look terrible all the time. I've just been sleeping a lot and just no energy, and a permanent headache that is just right here. So yeah. Right, that being said, okay, so Summerween is a readathon hosted by Gabby over at Gabby Reads Books, and the co-host is Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, and I'll put the links to their channels down below for you. Basically, Summerween is a readathon for those of us who like to read thriller and horror and stuff like that, spooky books. And summer, for people who read those types of books, feels a bit odd because a lot of the summer readathons are about like cute and fluffy and romance and contemporary. And I for one definitely find that I struggle with those kind of readathons. I feel a little bit left out in a lot of the summery type stuff just because it's not my kind of thing. So Summerween is to celebrate all the creepy shit in life during summer. So there are 5 prompts for this readathon, and they are: number 1, read a book with a creepy cover; number 2, read a book that's paranormal or supernatural; number 3, read a book that involves a haunted house; number 4, read a book in the dark, as in you are actually reading the book in the dark at night; and number 5 is to read a horse recommendation. And I have gone like super ambitious with this, and I don't know why with how I'm feeling lately, but I've decided to read a different book for every single prompt, and I'm absolutely convinced I will not complete all those things, but here goes. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to read that's a book with a creepy cover is an arc that I mentioned I was going to be reading in August on my August TBR video. And seeing as Summerween runs from the 23rd of August, the 24th of August, which yes, it is tomorrow, to the 30th of August, then this is still going to count for my August TBR. So it's My Final Breath by Paige Darth, and this is some kind of like creepy book about a girl who's 12, she dies, she's been ill for many years, but when she dies she gets to this kind of heaven type place, and her spiritual guardian there explains to her that things probably aren't as she thought they were, and that she possibly did not die because of the things she thought she died of. There's kind of hints of Munchausen's by proxy there, and then it talks about how this girl has to get in contact with her sister on Earth, who is now at risk from the mother. So I was really naughty, and I started this about a week ago, and then suddenly thought, oh shit, I was saving this for Summerween. In fact, that's the only book I'd planned for Summerween up until a few moments ago. So I stopped it about 50 pages in, and I've got roughly another 200 pages to go. So I'm still going to count that for Summerween. So I'm going to get that finished. Then the second book, a paranormal or supernatural one, I am going to be reading or listening to an audiobook of Zomblog, and that's by T.W. Brown. Now, there's not much that I can tell you about Zomblog because I don't really know anything about it other than it's Zompok. The blog part comes in because apparently the main character was writing a blog about daily life and it was a bit mundane, and then suddenly it became like this kind of daily record of the Zompok happening, and it became quite, well known amongst survivors. That's all I need to know, to be honest, because Zompok's. And then the next prompt, the book with a haunted house, I really struggled with this. I don't really read ghost stories or haunted house stories, things like that, so I did have to spend a bit of time searching like things like the best haunted house books or the top 10 haunted house books and things like that, and I finally came across one, and I'm convinced I've heard of it before because it sounds very familiar. It's a YA horror. It's called Anna Dressed in Blood by Kenda Blake, and this one follows a boy who kills ghosts, if that's how you put it, I don't know. So basically his father was a ghost hunter and he would kill ghosts, and he was then murdered by a ghost that he was trying to kill. So now this teenage boy has taken over the family business. He goes out to kill ghosts, and him and his mum travel around following kind of like local legends and folklore and, you know, kind of gossiping to try and find spooky stuff going on. And then he then kills the ghost. That sounds really stupid saying that. He kills the ghost, but they come across a ghost that's like quite, you know, a force to be reckoned with, and that's this girl Anna. She was brutally murdered in the 50s, and she is just out for vengeance basically, and she is terrorizing the town where she resides, and that's basically all I know about it. And it's not my kind of thing, and I really struggle, but then I thought this sounds okay, and I'm going to listen to this on audiobook, so that it's easier for me to get through if I'm not 100% invested in it. And then the next prompt is to read a book in the dark. So this obviously is any kind of spooky book, and for this I decided to read The Living Dead by George A. Romero. Romero is, he's just like the god of Zomblog, and this is an arc that I got from NetGalley, and I was like ridiculously excited when I got this. So basically Romero started writing this Zomblog book towards the end of his kind of career / life, and he actually passed away before he could finish it. And then years later, his widow got in touch with another famous horror writer, Daniel Kraus, and she asked him to finish the book for Romero, or, you know, just kind of finish this work for, so it's done. And he took over, and he kind of used a lot of Romero's concepts but modernized them, because Romero was back in the 60s and 70s when he did a lot of his work. So this is something that I'm super excited about. The only problem is it's 650 pages. Yeah, 656 pages long. And it's not exactly good for a readathon to have something so big, but I'm hoping that it's going to be something that I absolutely cannot put down and that I do fly through it. It sounds fantastic. And the last prompt is to read one of the horse recommendations, and Olivia actually has recommended My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. And yeah, if you've seen a few of my videos recently, I did talk about Grady Hendrix books. I talked about this one. I don't know a massive amount of this other than it's obviously about exorcisms and supernatural stuff and paranormal and whatever. It just looks amazing, and I've heard lots of raving reviews about it, so this is the one that I am going to be reading for that. And that is all of them. So I've got 2 audiobooks, 2 arcs and 1 physical. Hopefully I can get through them in a week, although maybe not with how I'm feeling at the moment. So I will hopefully do a little vlog of the week and let you know how it goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!